Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker, and it really is a pleasure to be back in this place today. And I do welcome the bold steps taken by the government since the budget, which seems like eons ago, and the subsequent support in the coronavirus bill and in his settlement. And I particularly welcome the support for start-ups, which my constituency has many of, particularly in the Shoreditch part of Hackney and South and Shoreditch. And they're going to be the engines of the future economy, so it's very welcome. But there are obviously some very big issues with this. So while those bold steps were necessary, and I pay tribute to the Chancellor, to the TUC, to so many others who contributed to the thinking around that, we do need to have some answers to some very important questions. And I want to rattle through some of those before touching on a couple of other very important issues around the budget. So can the Minister today confirm that the Coronavirus Bill Business Interruption Loan Scheme does not require a personal guarantee by businesses? Only today I spoke to another business in my constituency that has been hampered in trying to get this loan because the bank has asked for a raft of personal information about the financial arrangements of every director of that company. And this is a company that's been very praising of the government of the furloughing scheme, but is struggling on this point. And we have heard that they don't have to have a personal guarantee, but we need really clear guidance from government to the banks to make sure that those very banks, as the Honourable Member from Wellingborough highlighted, that were bailed out in 2008, are also going to make sure that they support the economy now. And then one of the very big issues in my constituency, Madam Deputy Speaker, is other forms of work. That's the self-employed, those who are freelance, the many people on repeated short-term contracts who fall outside the employment support schemes. The self-employed, though, and others, most of those indeed, will often have an accountant, will have very clear financial records. So just as the PAY scheme has been reverse-engineered to support furloughing, there must be a way that HMRC and the government can work together with these people to make sure that we have a scheme in place to support them. Many are really scared. My inbox is full of different people to the people I normally see, people who are about to lose their jobs, having never thought that they would be in a position to have to consider claiming from the state, but who actually can't. They cannot even qualify for universal credit. And another group that are caught in with this are sole directors, including those of personal service companies. And the ironic example that really highlights this is an occupational therapist working in the National Health Service who was told by the National Health Service for liability reasons that she had to set up a personal service company. So she is a frontline health worker supporting our NHS and yet doesn't qualify for any of the business and employment support schemes. That surely shows up as nonsense. And one of the chickens that are coming home to roost in this crisis are the way that the economy has split in a different way. So people work in different ways, businesses are set up in different ways, and then now they're being penalised for a system that grew up like Topsy with little thought for the consequences.